is awesome. You guys rock. I've been looking forward to this. Hey, wow! I've been looking forward to this all weekend. I'm sorry that we've had to wait till Sunday to, was it?
It's worth the wait.
Well, you know what? I was always worried because Saturday's usually the biggest day at a con, and so I was kind of worried that, well, Sunday people are going to go home and there's not going to be many people here. Well, the pay people to come and sit here. But you guys are here. I love you guys very much. He's setting this up. We're going to show something later on, but you know what? I want to spend as much time as I can talking with you guys about anything you'd like to talk about. So, I will ask one small favor right off the top. I've got a lot of recording to do this week, and I'm kind of scared, because you don't want to lose your voice, right? So bear with me on that, okay? Please, maybe let's limit the requests of, can you do a short rant? Or can you do a Broly line? And I love you dearly, and I will very tactfully decline. So I love you to death. So thank you for helping me with that. Thank you. My director thanks you. Let's take some questions. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Well, that's a funny story. Anybody in here take piano lessons? Woohoo! Well, here's my music story. When I was young, my mom played the piano in church. And she wanted me to learn some instrument. So I wanted to take trumpet lessons. Well, after a short time, I wanted to flush the trumpet down the toilet. I could play Camptown Races, and that was it. And I hated it. And it hurts here. It hurts when you blow,
Yes.
So I quit that. Then my mom's like, why don't you take accordion lessons? Because you know what? When you're Italian, and you live in Western Pennsylvania, and there's the polka thing, and my mom played the accordion. So I started taking accordion lessons, and then I flushed the accordion down the toilet. I was a senior in high school, 17, and I was going to a high school in South Carolina, boarding school. And I was introduced to an artist by the name of Barry Manilow. Now, you guys, he's really a great composer. And what I loved about him is that he's not terribly attractive. He doesn't have some massive, amazing voice. He's just a real guy. He's just a guy with this talent. And he's an amazing writer and producer. And even though his voice wasn't his strong suit, he could sing. And there was something special about a person singing the songs they wrote. There's a special connection. People that write something that they sing. Even if they're not the greatest singer, there's an honesty there, That's why I've always loved people like the Elton Johns and the Billy Joels instead of the Whitney Houstons, because they're just, they're singers, and they're good singers, but I love the writers, people that write and sing their own stuff. So I had this friend in high school named Jay, and Jay was a big Barry Manilow fan too, and I didn't play the piano or anything. I just sang, and Jay was a really good piano player, though. And Jay said, Vic, let's write a Barry Manilow song. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So he wrote the music, and he recorded himself playing the piano that he had written this song, and he gave it to me to work on the lyrics. So I was working on writing the words, and I listened to this tape all the time, got it in my mind. And one day I was walking by a piano studio, the little practice rooms, they look like little compartments where you practice. I went into one, and I just started kind of pinky plunking around with one finger. To make a long story short, before I knew it, I could play the song that Jay had made up exactly the way he played it. I just had figured it out from my ear. And then one day I was playing it, and I accidentally displaced one note, but it sounded cool. And I was like, hey, that's cool. That's a neat, cool sound. And it sounds like it should go, from there it should go to here. Before I knew it, I had made up my own song completely, new chords and stuff. And then I was in high school, and I was going to a boarding school with college-age people. And so I had these friends that were music majors, college guys. And you know, they're real full of themselves, and I'm just this stupid high school kid plinky-plunking on the piano. So they would come, I would go, "Hey, Matt, you wanna hear a song I wrote?" And they'd be like, "Sure." And I would take them to the piano studio with me, and they would stand behind me, and I'd be going, you know, "Another day without you." And I was like singing this song that I wrote, right? And the guy, the music major, standing behind me goes, "That was an A minor." And I went, "What? Why?" And he said, "Well, see, because your root is A, and the third is flatted. It makes it minor." "Oh, well then this would be a B minor." Right. So I start playing my "Another Day Without." That's a D sus4. I'm like, "What?" He said, "Well, it's a D chord, but your the fourth note in the chromatic scale of D is suspended, and it's going to fall to the third position." You hear it all the time. But anyway, I just sucked in this information from this guy. And before I knew it, I knew theory. I understood theory of chords. And then I just kept building on that and building on that, writing, listening to stuff on the radio and then turning around and playing it, and being able to identify chord progressions and structures, and then notating music. And so, you know what though? I promised God that I would never take credit for it. He gave this to me. It is purely a gift. I didn't take any lessons. I've never taken a piano lesson. I just play. And you know, my grandfather used to tell me, "Vic, it's just an absolute travesty that you have such a natural talent and you don't take piano lessons." And I said, "Well, Gramps, can I remind you of the trumpet and the accordion? I don't think there's a toilet big enough to flush a piano down, but I'd try." I didn't want to come to hate the piano. You know what I mean? I didn't want to hate that. That gift was so beautiful to me. And it was okay with me if I couldn't play Rachmaninoff. If I couldn't play classics, sheet music stuff. I just play whatever I can make up in my head and in my heart. So I'm happy with that. So that was a really long answer, but thank you. I'm glad you liked the piano CD. And I only have like 4 left, and thank you for even mentioning it. And this cute little girl's got what's left here. So if anyone would like a piano CD, she has them, and I'll sign them after.
Yeah.
Yes. Hmm? Yes. Security, take her out. You know what? I did it yesterday. Please.
Just say no. Just say no.
Did you go to Travis's panel?
I did. Yeah.
Did you go to Travis's panel? Yes. Good. That didn't come out right at all. Just for you. In fact, you know what? I'm not even going to do it the normal way. Come here, you.